What's good, Commanders fans, and happy Friday. This will be a quick video. I know I say this all the time, but it will be happy Friday. So the Commanders do have a potential advantage here with the news of Trayvon Diggs being concussed at a due to a home accident at home. He had an accident and is now in concussion protocol, and he will be out for the game on Sunday. So this was for who was the first person to tweet this out? I think it was one of the Cowboys beat reporters. John Jones is his name. Jonathan Jones is an NFL beat reporter, actually. He says Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer said cornerback Trayvon Diggs had an accident at his home last night. Checked in with the doctors and is now in concussion protocol. He will miss Sunday's game versus the Commanders. Now, look, Trayvon Diggs, he's had a rough go of it this year. He has a 58.7 PFF grade, which is ranked 94th among 171 cornerbacks, which is pretty poor. No interceptions. Remember, he used to be an interception guru. He was the interception king. He had 11 picks that one year, and Michael Parsons was on that team. And Deron Bland had a bunch of interceptions too. I don't think it was that same year. But Trayvon Diggs, like everybody was hyping him up. He would get cooked. I remember when Terry cooked him, Trayvon Diggs would get cooked, but he would get a bunch of interceptions. He would give up a good amount of yards, but he always got an interception. Like almost every game, he had 11 interceptions, which is really insane. That is insane. I don't care how bad you are. If you get 11 picks, that is remarkable. It is. And it might have been he probably was a product of the pass rush that was being produced, but still just to be in the right place at the right time and get 11 interceptions in one season is pretty crazy. And that year he gave a 52.4 completion percentage and a 55.8 quarterback rating, which is really good. Now this year so far, he's given up a 68.8 completion percentage and a 148.7 quarterback rating, which is awful. Almost a perfect quarterback rating. A perfect quarterback rating is like 158.3. He's 10 points away from that. 10 numbers away from giving up a perfect quarterback rating. That's how bad Trayvon Diggs has been this year. Honestly, he's been so bad to the point where him being out might be an advantage for the Cowboys. That's how bad Trayvon Diggs has been. Now, they don't really have much of a backup. And last year, Trayvon Diggs missed both games against us too. And it didn't really matter the outcome of the games, to be honest with you. Now, the backup is Trick Wheezy Bridges. He is the backup right corner to Trayvon Diggs. So they don't have a lot of cornerback depth. They do have Kyer Elam, who's not good either. Deron Bland has really struggled too. He's like a 50.7 PFF grade as well. Siobhan Revel, the rookie corner they drafted, is out as well. He's injured, coming off an injury. He's still not recovered from that injury. Like, this is a game where I don't care. You could have college receivers, basically, which is what we have, almost the talent level. I mean, I'm not going to disrespect Luke and Jalen Lane, and Chris Moore will disrespect. Big Play Tay was released. Debo is out. Terry's out. So the receiver core right now is Luke Moore, Luke McCaffrey, not Luke Moore. Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, Chris Moore. Sheesh. I don't even know. It's got to be Robbie Chosen and Treylon Burks, man. Debo, this is what Debo had to say in his press conference. Like, he's not very, I mean, he says, somebody said, how are you feeling? He said, I'm all right. And then then he said, it's aggravating for sure, talking about playing with the heel injury. Then he said, if there's any doubt about his availability for Sunday, he said, we'll just have to see. So, we'll see. It could be the same thing as last week. If he does play, he may be a non-factor again. So, to me, in my opinion, it's like you might as well just let him rest and actually recover instead of trotting him back out there where he's just a non-factor. He's just a decoy. You can't really move, and he can't be effective. He's taking up a roster spot. I get off the name, the strength off the name. The defenses are going to kind of shift coverages to him and pay attention to him. But is it really worth it to have him, to not let him heal, no pun intended, and recover, just throwing him back out there every week and he's not practicing? He's not practicing Wednesday. He's not practicing Thursday or Tuesday, or really Wednesday and Thursday or Friday. He's limited, and you're trying to put him back out there each week for the past 2 weeks. So really 3 weeks, because they did the same thing against the Chargers, but he was able to fight through it and push through it and had 97 receiving yards and a tutty. So he's really been toughing it out, man. But to get back to Trayvon Diggs, that was not an accident. Let's be real. I don't 100% know, but stories like this, guys, that was not an accident. He was doing something he was not supposed to be doing on a Thursday night. He hit his head. I don't know if it was I'm not going to speculate like a domestic incident. Most likely it probably was involved with a party or something like that. Something he was not. I mean, you can party, but you got to be smart about it. Probably a female involved as well. It is what it is. But Or what Cowboys fans are saying is that him and Matt Eberflus were not seeing eye to eye or getting along. Because after the game, after one of the games, Trayvon Diggs said, talking about the defense, he said, it's very frustrating. It's all these points given up. The receivers are running wide open down the field. Too many busted coverages. It's a lot. I feel like we're all over the place and we really don't have no identity. So he's already called out the coaching staff, or just basically indirectly calling the coaching staff, basically saying that they don't have an identity or anything like that. So, I mean, like, when players talk like that, it's just not a good sign, man. And he also said that they should be playing man, and Matt Eberflus likes to play a lot of zone. So that's where they don't see eye to eye either. So it could be a situation where they're ready to move on from him or trade him. And they just say, like, hey, we're just going to say it's a concussion and cover it up that way. I mean, that could be the case. That's what Cowboys fans are speculating from what I'm seeing and hearing from them. But I don't think that's the case. I think he did fool around and do something that he was not supposed to do and hit his head somewhere. So, I mean, like I said, it could be an advantage and it could not be. I think either way, whether he played or not, we were going to put up 35 points. I think it's just going to be a Texas Hold'em shootout game. Doesn't matter if Deron Bland plays or not. And that's why I said when CD is coming back this week, I don't think him being back is much of a factor because our defense is bad anyway, and they were cooking with George Pickens anyway and Jake Ferguson. So, I mean, they can put up all the points they want, but can they get stops? Who is going to get that one stop, that one turnover, that one forced fumble, that one interception? That's what's going to change the game. Or who's going to have a bad penalty or make a mental mistake as a coach, the challenge flags, 2-minute warning, not using your timeouts. That's what's going to factor the game, because Dak's going to throw 4 touchdowns. Jaden's going to throw 3 touchdowns. Bill's going to run for 100 yards. Javonte Williams is going to run for 100 yards. It's going to be a barn burner, America's game of the week, Texas Hold'em shootout. That's the kind of game that I see. I could see it just like the Packers, where it was a tie, 40-40 or whatever the score was, 40-30. They let Russell Wilson put up 37 points, guys. 37 on their heads. Russell Wilson. You don't think Jaden can go in there and put up 35 with the receivers that we got? Come on now. And Jaden should be able to run on their defense too and scramble. So that's really the big news. Terry is out. I'm not surprised about that. Unfortunately, I think they may unfortunately just have to put him on injury reserve, and free up a roster spot. And they may. I know we don't have a lot of draft picks, but they may have. If we win this game, I think we should somewhat be a buyer for a receiver, because you don't want your franchise guy, once again, the receiver core, I don't want to disrespect him so much, but you want your franchise guy to have better talent than what he's got. Because it looks like Debo needs to just rest and chill out for a couple games. And then it looks like Terry's just not going to be ready anytime soon. Noah Brown on IR. Like, Luke, Chris Moore and Luke and Jalen Lane are your wide receiver ones. You don't have one. You just don't know who's going to be getting the most targets. Ertz is really your target number one, if you want to say a real target number one, instead of just saying wide receiver number one. So Jacoby Myers, I know you got to pay him. I get it. Jawan Jennings might be available. Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave, Jalen Waddle. A lot of guys I named are not realistic options, but it's to a point where, like, hey, man, you're going to have to do something rather than signing Treylon Burks and Robbie Chosen. That's all I'm going to say about that. You got to explore your options and be assertive. I know we don't have a lot of draft capital. I get it. But, if we do win, and let's say we fool around and beat the Chiefs some way, somehow. Well, if we beat the Chiefs with this receiving core, I guess you might as well keep it the way it is then. But, yeah, you guys get the point. So that's the update there. Sam Cosmi, I don't think they said whether he's going to play or not. Where's that? Sam Cosmi. Dan Quinn said Sam Cosmi had a really good week. He said they meet as a staff later tonight about his status for Sunday. So we'll see what they say about that. So Dorrance Armstrong, he's probably not going to play either. So we'll see. Let me see. I can type in Dorrance Armstrong, what they said about Dorrance Armstrong here real quick. Dorrance Armstrong was not at practice per David Harrison. Yeah, he was not there today, so he's not going to play. He's not playing. So, all right, you guys. As always, I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Big Play Tay. I hope they can bring him back to the roster some way, somehow, in some type of capacity. But as always, Hells Commanders. Peace. Ooh, what's good, Commanders fans? Just want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Sleeper. First time users get 100% deposit match up to $100 using promo code Oliver. If you don't know what the app Sleeper is, it's the #1 daily fantasy sports app in the world. I'm telling you guys, you don't want to miss out using Sleeper. And they're also giving out a free $20 entry, so you get $20 in to wager on Sleeper as well for first-time users. So promo code Oliver for 100% deposit match up to $100. You can make picks on receiving yards, passing touchdowns, rushing yards, sacks. There's defensive props that you can make picks on. So many things, field goal points for kicker points, punts, and all kinds of just interesting stuff that you never think about sometimes. But the pick that I have for this week is we're going to use the Bo Nix over 1/2 a passing yard, the free pick that they're giving. And then also JCM Bill over 70.5 rushing yards against this terrible Cowboys rush defense on Sunday at 425. So those are the picks I'm gonna give you guys for this week. Make sure you guys use promo code Oliver, and then terms and conditions apply. Let's get back to the video. Health Commanders. Peace.